So you have installed the right map apps. Maybe Amaps, maybe Apple Maps, maybe both. Great, but then you open it and now you hit the next wall. The place name doesn't show up in English, the address looks different, the landmark is written in Chinese, the buttons may be partially unfamiliar, and suddenly you are thinking, how am I supposed to use this if I don't read Chinese? Honestly, this is one of the biggest fears foreign travelers have when it comes to navigation in China. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to work around the language barrier and make China map apps much easier to use, even if your Chinese is zero. Alright explorers, time to projecting. For those who are new to this channel, my name is Lee. I started this channel to help you guys to travel to China with less frictions. Consider subscribing if you would like to receive the latest news in regards of China travel. And if there's one reason China navigation feels intimidating to first-time visitors, it is not always the map itself. It is the fear of not being able to read what the app is showing you. Because the route may be fine, the app may be accurate, but if the destination name doesn't match what you expect, that alone can make people panic. The good news is, you do not need to read Chinese fluently to solve this. You just need a better system. And in this video, I'm going to show you several practical ways to make navigation easier. By the end, you will have a simple workflow you can use to make your navigation much more accurate and much less stressful. One of the biggest reasons travelers struggle is that the English name of a place is not always the name the local map recognizes best. For instance, a hotel may have one English marketing name on bookings or trip.com, but on the local map, it may appear under the Chinese name. For example, Ji Hotel in English may appear as Quanji Jiudian in Chinese. A restaurant may have an English name that travelers knows, but the actual listing in China may use the Chinese brand name. For example, Starbucks is commonly known in Chinese as Xinbake. A mall or attraction may also appear very differently from what you typed in English. So the issue is not always that you searched incorrectly. Sometimes the local map simply knows the place under a different name. And that is why people often think the app is broken. What actually the problem is the language mismatch. So how do we respond to this? I've got a simple 3-step fix that can solve most of these problems, even if you do not understand Chinese. Before we start, there are apps and tools that I recommend having ready. Trip.com, Amap, and Google Maps. Now let's go step by step. Step 1. Find the Chinese name and address. The first step is to figure out the Chinese characters for your hotels or the places you want to visit. One of the easiest ways to do so is through Trip.com. Let's say you already booked your hotel on Trip.com. Go into the hotel page, then tap View on Maps. From there, you can usually find the address details. And in many cases, you can also use the Translate Address feature to switch between English and Chinese. This is very useful because now you have both versions. The English version you understand and the Chinese version that local apps, taxi drivers, and staff may recognize better. Once you have that, copy the Chinese name and address into your Note app, or save it somewhere else easy to find. And this is not just for the hotels. You can do it the same for attractions, railway stations, airports, and the meeting points. The first step already solves a big part of the problem, because even if you never type Chinese yourself, you can still copy, paste, compare, and show it when needed. Step number 2, screenshot everything important. The second step is take a screenshot of that page, not just because it's convenient, but because screenshots are one of the most practical travel tools you can have in China. A screenshot that gives you something that you can show instantly to a taxi driver, a Didi driver, a hotel staff, station staff, restaurants, or even someone you ask for directions. And this matters because when you are tired, rushing, or standing on the street, it is often much easier to show a screenshot than to explain everything. So when you save a hotel, attractions, or important directions, do not just copy the address, also screenshot the Chinese name, the address, the ideal map location as well. That way, you always have a visual backup. This is especially useful right after landing, when you are trying to get to your hotel and do not want any confusion. Step 3. Use coordinates for tricky places. Now the third step is a more advanced fix, and this is especially helpful for places that are harder to search, more rural, or where the naming in English becomes messy. Here's what you do. First, search for the place in Google Maps using English. Once you find the location, take note of the coordinates. Then use the coordinate converter, like this one, to convert the location from WGS84 format into GCJ02, which is the coordinate system commonly used by Chinese map apps. After that, paste the converted coordinates into Chinese map apps. Why does this help? Because sometimes you may not know exactly where a place is in English, but you do not know how to type the Chinese name. Or maybe the local listing is difficult to find. In this case, coordinates can help you to get a more accurate result. This is not something every traveler needs every day, but it is a very helpful backup method, especially for more remote places or less obvious locations. So if you ever feel like the name search is too messy, coordinates can save you. Of course, translation tools help too, and yes, you should have one ready. But the key is, do not wait until you are already lost to solve everything live. Use translation as a support tool, not as your only emergency strategy. So use it to compare English and Chinese names, check destination labels, translate unfamiliar buttons if needed, confirm that you saved the right place. That is much more effective than trying to improvise everything in the street. So if we put my method together, it really comes down to this. Find the Chinese version, save screenshots, and use coordinate as a backup when the name search goes difficult. This is my 3-step system. I hope this episode has been helpful. If you like this video, don't forget to give a thumbs up and check out my other videos. Remember to check out my free pre-trip guide, link in the description box down below. Project out for today. I will see you in the next one.